Hey, what's up, guys? Node Investor here. Wow, what a couple of days it's been. I gotta tell you, I pulled a couple of all-nighters, doing a lot of trading, buying, selling. It's been pretty wild, pretty crazy. I gotta say, when you're trading, thank goodness for stops, because I heard there was some exchanges that went down. You couldn't log in, you couldn't get out. And if you don't sell going into strength, when the volatility hits, unfortunately, the ecosystem is sometimes just not ready. And we've seen this several times here in recent past where prices get crazy and things just freeze up. And so be ready, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to talk Bitcoin. I want to do some analysis on the Bitcoin chart specifically. And so I'm not going to really cover a whole lot of the other ones. I will probably be doing another live stream soon. I've just been crazy busy the last 2 days and getting ready with some other stuff related to Node Investor. But let's talk Bitcoin. So check it out. Bitcoin had this big break that we all know, and there was two things I was looking at. So the good and the bad. Let's talk the good first. Okay, so zooming out, looking at the daily chart, we had this big reversal candle, which was a doji typically, and that showed up on the 4 hour, and typically that leads to more downside. We saw that. But so far, we're closed above the 10 EMA on the daily chart. And so technically speaking, the trend is still up. We've touched a couple times. We're bouncing off of it. So right now, so far, so good. Now, if you zoom in a little bit, the 4 hour chart earlier today, well, let's go back a day. Yesterday, what I was seeing was a rising wedge pattern here. And so let me zoom out before it happened. And this was almost textbook. I was watching this pattern develop here, and it was also aligning with a Fibonacci level on the bounce. And so I'll show you guys that here in a sec. But this is what I was watching, and we saw that play out almost exactly as you'd expect. And there was a big break, and that led to the next pullback, and that was the test earlier today. So this rising wedge pattern is what I was looking at late yesterday. And so I was doing some quick tradings, got out basically off the bounce there, and look at where that went to, right to the 618 level on the pullback. So we pulled back, we had this low, we started to rally throughout the day, and then we bounced right into that, which was right around 10,500 or so, and that was the level I was watching. Started to break down. I didn't think we'd see the dip come this far. I was thinking we'd see 96, 9,700 bucks or so, but we did. So what that ended up creating was a little bit of a double bottom type of pattern that we're seeing here on the 4 hour chart. So I was looking at that earlier today. I saw the dip, started to recover, and back in, and we're seeing this bounce pretty nicely here. So right now we're starting to head higher, but if you look at the 4 hour chart, it's not, we're just now starting to edge out above the 10 EMA. So the good news is this little bit of a downtrend maybe is finally being broken here. And as long as this 10 EMA starts to hold, and if we can get back above the 10K level, that will be good. The key level to be watching, though, is going to be that 10.5 level again. That area that we were just trying to test yesterday. So this little area here, that's going to be the level to watch. So 10.5, 10.6, and it really just depends on the exchange. I've seen some pretty wide differences between, say, Coinbase and Bitfinex and some of these other ones where the difference could be a couple $100 sometimes when the volatility picks up. And so that's going to be the level to watch on the bounce if this holds. So right now I'm cautiously optimistic, still holding, trying to take some small positions in the altcoins here, but everything is just so shaky and so volatile in this environment that they've been pretty much just quick trades. Right now, Bitcoin's the one to watch. Everything is following Bitcoin's lead. And so in a good way, it's kind of nice to see the altcoins rally when Bitcoin rallies and pulling back when Bitcoin pulls back, because we're starting to see a little bit more correlation there. And hopefully we continue to see that and Bitcoin continues to rally. So that's what I'm watching. I'm watching the daily chart so far hold up. I'm watching the 4 hour chart finally breaking this maybe, and potentially putting in a little bit of a double bottom pattern here on the 4 hour. Now, if we look at the indicators, RSI hit 43, so that's pretty good reset there. And on the daily chart, That came down, but not a whole lot. We're still at 76. And so it wasn't enough to really cool things off like we saw back here when we broke 7 and went all the way down to 5,500. And so if it continues, we could see some more upside before we see another big pull. And one more item to note too is the Fibonacci retracement. So if we zoom out and just look at the move that we had from this most recent shakeout around 5,500 or so, and we do point to point from there to the most recent high around 11 and change, you can see that this most recent pullback brought us right back to that first key level, that 382 level. And that just happened to correlate with this moving average on the daily chart as well. So those are the reasons I'm cautiously optimistic here and thinking that may be the low, and we want to see that level hold. So a couple of areas to look at, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far on the bounce. We will hope it continues. I'll keep you guys posted. Look out for a live stream in the next day or so. Until next time, take care, everyone.